I beat the ass, I beat the ass. I ain't beat the ass no more because I know it quickly snitch on you and send you to jail. I know that. That's what I know now. So ladies, if you hitting on that, you need to stop. Because if the laws ask him, did you hit him? He gonna say yes.
You guys, I could tell something was going on behind the scenes as soon as I saw Klay Thompson's angry post about Meghan being called a P word, because it wasn't just a boyfriend standing up for his girl. It was as if he had reached his breaking point. And now, piece by piece, everything we weren't meant to see is beginning to come to light. What's even more bizarre is that after learning that Meghan had smashed someone inside his own locker room, Klay's apparently cutting her off. The post ended up being the first hint that led folks to something wilder. At that point, the entire discussion about her erupted once more on the internet. You all most likely noticed the change as well. This is the actual time that Klay's patience snapped. So let me show you where the first crack appeared before we go into the locker room rumor. When Pat Bev and Jason Williams made fun of Meghan on their podcast as if she were a throwaway, Klay lost it. This is what he made a post. It is really repulsive and upsetting when someone I played with in the NBA calls my girlfriend a P. If I made such a reference to your wife, how would you all feel? Do better, guys, Pat. Extremely disappointing. It wasn't a protective boyfriend tone. That was a man battling a story that was already slipping away from him. Because individuals immediately began making connections between the disparate pieces of information. Her Pete and Thomas Foundation Gala red carpet debut. Yes, they appeared flawless on camera. Everyone is grinning, matching kissing from movies while dressed in black. However, everyone missed the timing of that particular moment. This is my first relationship where I have ever been with somebody who is genuinely a nice person. And he makes me genuinely happy, Meghan subsequently stated. I'm thankful that he is at my side and that he feels the same way about me because I've never dated someone like him before, and there he was, arguing next to her and clutching her waist as if they were going to walk down the aisle. Here's the problem though. It is said that during that same week, there were rumors in NBA circles that Klay had moved away from Meghan in private rather than in public. And it wasn't until after this exact moment that fans realized the transformation. Let me now take you back to the precise moment that caused this rumor to blow up. People keep bringing Tory Lanez chapter back into Meghan's life, so Klay was asked about it. Klay responded right away.
Yo, bro, how you feel about Tory Lanez coming home? What you gonna do?
What's that?
With Tory.
What's that? Bro.
How you feel about Tory, bro?
Get away from me.
Get away from you? Are you scary, bro?
However, his entire mood changed. It wasn't annoyance. It was humiliation. He didn't want to be standing in the center of her former disarray. And when he put that together with the next thing that he said publicly, the footage where he admitted he was late picking her up and got no reason to—
Bro, this is for my boo. I'm sorry I was late, babe. Damn it. I'm sorry. I thought I timed it well. Sorry. There's no excuse.
Yeah. People thought it was cute, but athletes online started clowning him, calling him too soft and whipped and moving like her assistant. I mean, she was sitting in the back seat. But here's the part that most folks don't know. The teammate that she allegedly messed with wasn't random. It was someone Klay trusted. Now, this is where things start to turn left. As you all probably noticed, Klay's whole vibe toward Meghan shifted right when the locker room rumor popped off. And the crazy thing is, it wasn't even coming from random fan pages. People close to the Dallas Mavericks were hinting that Meghan got a little too friendly with someone Klay actually shared a locker room with. And before y'all assume, no, the name wasn't splashed online. But insiders keep using the same wording. Not a benchwarmer, someone he trusted. Now, I'm not saying that the man was a superstar, but the way that the whispers spread felt way too specific for it to be some TikTok fanfiction. And every time Klay got pressed about Meghan after that, his answers got shorter, colder, almost like he was trying to distance himself without causing the scene, cause look at how tense he got when he was asked about their relationship.
How has your relationship made you better as a man on and off the floor, and how that's going to move forward for you as far as your career?
My relationship with
Megan Thee Stallion.
I'm not going to talk about that, but I will say that every summer doesn't change for me because I know what it takes to go the distance, and there's really no such thing as an off season.
Not gonna talk about that. That wasn't privacy. That was discomfort. You can hear it in his voice. And then the part that made everybody raise their eyebrows was Meghan posting that they bought a house together. Yeah, that IG dump went viral. But here's the real messed up part. People noticed Klay didn't acknowledge the house at all. Not a repost, not a comment, not even a like. And that's when NBA players allegedly started deeming each other like, "Hey bro, Klay looks like he's trying to fade out quiet." And the rumor got louder when fans found out something else. Meghan had Klay saving her phone Ashes band. Feels kind of sweet, right? But if you line it up with the timing, that was around the same period insider teammate situation happened. So on one side, you got Meghan treating this like a forever husband and husband, my baby. Then on the other hand, you got Klay returning to the court looking distracted, irritated, and honestly tired. And that Pat Bev and Jason Williams decided to jump in and disrespect Meghan publicly, calling her a P like she was some punchline.
Never seen Klay not shoot it like this. And for him to say I'm out of my prime, like, come on, Klay, like, come on.
He said that?
Yeah.
How many? It only takes one pussy to drag a battleship across the desert. That's how powerful it is. So,
Most wars
it got something to, you know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson, I ain't saying that's what it is, but that might be what it is.
And Klay exploded rather than dismissing it. Because Klay responded, like a man who had already experienced disrespect in private and simply couldn't take another blow in public. People believed the tale to be true. However, the situation became 10 times worse when retired athletes and media figures began voicing their opinions, which is when the real problems began. Additionally, the individual Mr. Shaquille O'Neal, who tossed gasoline on the fire, has already set his sights on Meghan. He also stated unequivocally that Klay and Meghan wouldn't be together for more than 6 weeks. Who's Klay Thompson? Mike Tyson asked, laughing along with him. For that piece she was shot, you must acknowledge us.
Thompson and Meghan Thee Stallion.
Who's Klay Thompson, though?
He plays basketball. He was in the Warriors. He's one of the greatest shooters of all time. He's now on the Dallas Mavericks.
Really?
And he's with Meghan Thee Stallion.
6 weeks. I'm gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing.
What did it surprise you?
Come on. I don't know. Listen, man. She got shot for that. That might be last for a long time. 6 weeks ain't nothing. She got shot, so you gotta give her some credit, right? You gotta give her a little credit that he might got some staying power with that.
Well, Shaq wasn't joking. He was predicting the exact kind of mess that Klay's in right now. But the next person who jumped in, that's the one who really pushed this story into a whole new direction. And that's where things stopped being just locker room whispers, because it turned into a full-blown narrative that Klay never had a chance at controlling because Mr. DJ Academics decided to jump in the chat. When he got involved, the whole internet shifted. Before we get to what he said, let me explain why this opinion hits so hard. It is one of the only people who say exactly what fans might be thinking out loud, but with no filter. And once the rumor about Meghan smashing Klay's teammates started circulating, Aiden just hint at it. He basically walked right up to the line and kicked it over. He said the whole relationship feels like a PR stunt that Klay was scared of her. And in that viral clip where she was cooking for him, that whole vibe fell off from the jump.
It was good, man.
It was amazing.
You could tell this is such a PR relationship. First of all, you could tell this shy as hell. Even when he's on the basketball court.
Klay appeared to be in the kitchen against his will, according to X's exact remarks. However, then he added a much heavier element that matched what fans were already murmuring. After All-Star Weekend, this romance won't last. It ends the instant she switches from champagne to Hennessy.
And let me, where's the other video? I just played it. I'm put a $5,000 bet. This shit is over before the All-Star game. That's a fact. 5,000 I got on it. That relationship is over. Listen, Klay. You see this right here? You see this right here, Klay? She was just drinking champagne. You ain't see her off the Henny yet. Remember I told you. She drinking champagne. You see how she started getting a little loud? You ain't see her off the Henny yet, gang. Trust me. I promise you, gang. I promise you. When she's off the Henny, Jesus take the wheel. Trust.
And it appears that he was not even attempting to make a joke about it. He was suggesting that when Meghan gets a little alcohol up in her behind closed doors, Klay won't be able to handle who she truly is. This is where the 304 discussion came up again. People began pulling out fresh receipts to support the label, not because of the past. Meghan's own remarks from 2015 were the first item they brought up. If I defeat a ninja, I defeat a ninja.
That way, okay? Because if I be the ass, I be the ass.
Once more, that video became viral on the timeline. And that wasn't random, as you guys have undoubtedly seen. It happened shortly after some admirers began complaining that Klay appeared emotionally spent whenever he spoke concerning her. Then Slimbugger shared his thoughts. To be honest, this one hurt Klay's reputation even more. He claimed that Klay was being slighted when Meghan gave him a $300,000 AP watch.
That's expensive. Did you see the watch she bought that nigga $300? Man, what kind of gift you gotta buy back if she give you a $300,000 watch? I can't have no woman, little boy in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm representing boss energy. I cannot have a woman buying me a $300,000 watch expecting me to buy her, some.
The AP watch. Klay affirms that she actually purchased it.
Evening is just begun too. It's just a little past your head. Oh boy, we got a night ahead of us.
So just play this one clear right there. Fire. That's a good watch too.
Thank you, brother.
Sheesh.
Megan got gifted me this.
Word?
Yeah. What a sweet lady.
On paper, it sounds lovely, but when you include the rumor that she was becoming intimate with his teammate, it gives the impression that Klay was being taken advantage of. Then everything appeared worse due to the timing, because Meghan appeared on Jennifer Hudson's show and talked about how Klay made her life simpler and how she was in her soft girl phase at the same time that fans were destroying their relationship.
I've been through like so much, and I feel like I was always on the defense for a long time, and I feel like, oh my gosh, I gotta fight with myself. I'm squaring up with everybody all the time. But like right now, I feel like, you know what? I am so sure of myself and I'm so relaxed. I am very much a soft girl. Like, I am
and you
a
wear
woman.
it so well.
Yeah. So
yes.
I just feel like right now in life, I'm just a little bit more calm and relaxed and more zen and more accepting of love. Mm-hmm. Like I'm receiving love. I'm receiving love way better than I ever have in life, which is probably why the man that I have now has came into my life, because I was ready to have him.
Yes, and you deserve it.
It was cute, but on social media, people weren't buying it. They felt like she was overcompensating publicly for something that was falling apart privately. And honestly, the more you line up the timing, the more it feels like both of them were trying to cover tracks neither of them wanted to admit. It's screaming PR stunt. But nothing should claim more than a Reddit thread questioning whether the whole romance was real or if he was being used to rehab Meghan's image right before All-Star Weekend. Now, here's where the whole situation stopped being just gossip and turned into something that actually might have people step back and go, hold on. This might not be what we think itis. Because the moment that the teammate rumored hit social media, a viral Reddit thread started blowing up. And it wasn't some troll account. This was an NBA fans who pay attention to real patterns, real behavior, and real PR shifts. And the question they were asking was simple. Was Klay being used? One of the top posts said, Klay has always been low-key private, drama-free. Meghan has been dealing with non-stop public mess. This pairing feels strategic, and honestly, when you look at the timeline, it's hard to ignore. Before dating Meghan, Klay barely posted anything beyond hooping his dog on the ocean. Duke moved like a man who was valuing peace over attention. And meanwhile, Meghan had just come off of a stretch of foul lawsuits, label beef, the Tory situation, and a whole fractured fanbase. So when fans saw the sun and pivot, the red carpet appearances, the press quotes, the cute IG reels, people started wondering why now. Why Klay? Why suddenly so public? Well, one Redditor broke it down perfectly. This feels like an image rehab arc for her. And Klay is the safest, cleanest, most likable guy she could stand next to. And that is what made this even crazier, because multiple people pointed out something I didn't even consider on the list. Klay's at the late stage of his NBA career. Not washed, not irrelevant, just entering that quiet legacy-preserving era most vets slide into. So the real question became, why would a guy avoiding drama suddenly jump into the middle of the most polarizing rapper in the industry? Well, then something else happened. Something fans caught immediately during Media Week. Klay's interactions with teammates allegedly looked stiff. Not mad, just distant. And that's when the locker room whispers started again. But not Meghan cheated, not Klay's heartbroken. Something worse. Klay found out and now he's done. That's how the insiders have phrased it. Like he's done. Not arguing, not working through it, like absolutely done. Then the AP watch resurfaced on the timeline and made Klay look like he got played twice emotionally and financially. Add Slim Thug calling him little boy and Shaq saying 6 weeks at ex-APR stunt and the teammate rumors. Add Meghan calling him husband while he's walking around, looking like he wants to disappear in the Pacific Ocean. And suddenly, Bisha. Narrative shifted from Klay is lucky to have Meghan to Klay is trying to escape Meghan. But here's the part that really cracked everything open. The private moment that got leaked. The one that made fans say, yeah, he definitely dumped her. Now I know y'all been waiting for this. This moment that fans realized that Klay was done with Meghan, and it didn't come from a press conference or an IG statement. It came from something way quieter. Something that told the whole story without him saying a single word. Because after the teammate rumor hit, after the PR stunt conversations, and after Slim Thug comments, after academics was clowning the chat, after Reddit threads, Klay completely changed how he moved. But the real confirmation came from an insider who allegedly shared a detail that lined up with everything we've been piecing together. Klay allegedly confronted the teammate, not Meghan, the teammate. And according to the source, the teammate didn't allegedly deny it. And that one wasn't enough to tell Klay everything he needed to know. Because think about it, Klay is the most low-key guy in the NBA. This dude values loyalty more than hype. He doesn't care about virality. He doesn't chase clout. And he never went his business on the timeline. So the idea that Meghan might have got too friendly with somebody he literally changed clothes next to. Someone he shared his wins, losses, buzzes, planes, hotels, and camaraderie with. That wasn't just drama to him. That was betrayal. And that's why the breakup wasn't loud. It was silent. You saw the shift happen instantly. The red cropper pictures dropped. He smiled, the cooking video went viral. He looked uncomfortable. When she talked about buying a house, he stayed quiet. And when she told Jennifer Hudson he made life easier for her, he did not echo that same energy. And what about Torai? When he was asked about him, he shut down. And when Meghan went full soft girl era, he just didn't match it. They weren't random moments. This was distance. This was a man slowly pulling away from something he didn't trust anymore. And the internet picked up on it fast. Meanwhile, Meghan continued to post like everything was perfect with her man. Her man, her baby, which only made the breakup rumors louder. The more she performed happiness, the more fans noticed how absent Klay was from every part of it. Now fans are convinced that he dumped her the moment the confirmation from his teammate happened. And honestly, the timing lines up too perfectly for it to be a coincidence. But it looks like Meghan tried to stay ahead of the narrative with the house posts, the interviews, the soft era, the affection. But Klay wasn't in the storyline anymore. Looks like he was already gone.